What's up, everyone? Welcome to the MGS4 Liquid Easy guide. So yeah, we'll just get right into it. Before I start the guide, I hope you have a basic understanding of the game, so I'm not going to go down to the level of this button shoots and this button throws a grenade, so nothing like that. We're just going to get right into the run. So starting out, you want to go to options first. So options, the two biggest changes you want to make here is change the weapon change settings and item change settings to cycle. You don't want this on toggle or recall. If you're used to like the MGS2 previous or the MGS3 equip unequip kind of style, this might be a little challenging for you at the beginning of the run, but this will make your life so much easier and just make menuing a lot easier throughout the run. So can you run this game using toggle or recall? Of course, but my high recommendation is use cycle for both, and then the rest is just personal preference, whatever you want to change these to. These are kind of my settings, but whatever works for you. So since this is a new game plus guide, if you're thinking, well, I don't even have a new game plus save file, well, no worries. I have made a save file. The link will be in the description below. You can just go there. There's instructions on how to download it. All you need is a USB stick. You throw it on there, you put it into your PS3, you transfer the save file over, and it works relatively easily. So once you have your save file transferred to your PS3, what the save file will look like is this right here. It's going to say epilogue the end. The difficulty is going to say liquid easy, but you can use this for any difficulty you run New Game Plus on, and this will have all the essential items. It'll have all the weapons you'll need throughout the run. It'll have all the different camouflages, any items, any weapons you'll need. It will be in this file for all difficulties. So you're just going to load this. Once it loads, then it gives you a difficulty selection. So now you're going to pick which difficulty you want to do your run on. And I'll explain why we do this. So for this, since this is a liquid easy guide, we're going to pick liquid easy and get right into it. Now there's going to be a lot of cutscenes coming up, so you only have to do this once. This is only the first time when you're setting up your save file you kind of do this. So watch all these commercials, but just pay attention when they're over. Okay, so just continue to watch them, but as soon as they're over, you want to skip the cutscene. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to the end when all the commercials are over, and then I'll show you what to do once they are. All right, so as the commercials are over, you're gonna get this loading, so just go ahead and spam start. You're gonna skip this cutscene real quick, and then as soon as you get control of the snake, just pause and save, so that this save file here is gonna be the save file you load every time you want to reset your run. So mine will look like, so if you go back and exit to the title screen, so anytime your run dies or you want to reset your run, you're going to use the save file that you just created. The reason why I didn't want to put a liquid easy only up as a downloadable file is I wanted you guys to have the option of picking your own difficulty. So you only have to listen to the commercials the first time. So you load. So now this is my save file. So every time I want to run the game, I load this. Now your total playtime is important. Pay attention. You want this to be like a 233, 234. Anything more than that, you probably were just not paying attention. You took too long skipping the cutscenes and things like that. So as long as it's a 233, 234, even if it's a 235, like 2 seconds, if that's really important to you. If not, you can keep this. So whenever I want to start my liquid easy run, I'm just going to load this. And this is perfectly fine in all the speed running. So let's start, let's load, and let's begin our run. So at the beginning, nothing to do here. You're just gonna pause and roll to your left. So roll here, roll to prone, and go through this. Okay, skip a cutscene again. You just want to go over this guy, run towards the end, and that's it. So it's pretty simple. The first few screens here, you want to turn the corner sharp and just keep running don't get too close to that Gecko to your right. He will kick you, and then do this little archway to your right, and that skips another, or that hits another trigger for a cutscene. So you just want to go ahead and skip through these cutscenes. Don't get hit by the save boss. And more cutscenes. So be prepared to skip a lot of cutscenes. That I will tell you, but they're not that bad. It's not like you have to mash X or anything like that. You're just pressing start, and then going up an X. So we're gonna start with Act 1 coming up. Okay, so it's gonna skip the cutscene, skip the codec call. Now you'll get a weapon prompt at the beginning, like this, or the Octo camo, but it'll happen for weapons as well. So here you could press any button to get rid of this prompt. You press X, you can press circle, you can move snake with the left stick. That will also get rid of this prompt. So as soon as you do, as soon as you get up, you're gonna want to turn the corner, and there's gonna be 2 soldiers to your left. You just want to shoot at them. You don't have to hit them with the bullets. You don't have to, you know, aim for a specific area, very precise. Just shoot anywhere at them. Get an alert, because then this will skip a little cutscene you get. So, for example, I get up here, just shoot somewhere towards them, get their attention. You're gonna get an alert, which is fine. Just keep running. Don't have to pick up that at all. Right now, you're just trying to get from point A to point B, which is a lot of this run. You're just gonna try to keep your line straight, get from point A to point B. So I'll go ahead and say, you know, I'll use that phrase a lot throughout this guide, is get from point A to point B. What that means is keep your line straight. Don't worry about picking up any items. Don't worry about picking up any weapons. Just get from point A to point B. Don't let anything stop you. Don't worry about alerts. Don't worry about damage. Here, just follow this line. And the next trigger is right here in this room. So, okay, now we're ready to do a menu. So once you get these prompts, just exit these. Go back the same way you came through. So just pause it whenever. And we're gonna do our menu. So first, we want to go to weapons. You want to take out the stun knife and throw on the sleep gas satchels. And then once you do that, that's it for the weapons. You're gonna go to items, take out your Metal Gear Mark II, and throw on the syringe. And then once you do that, go back one more time, go to camouflage, down to face, and equip the big boss mask. And that's it. Press start to continue forward. So now we're just gonna go to the Militia safe house. Don't worry about alerts. You know, if you think you're in danger of dying, you have 14 passions at your disposal in this save file, so that's more than enough than you'll ever need on this difficulty. So Militia safe house. Just gonna go through here. Don't worry about anybody. Just continue walking. The big boss mask will scare enemies, but they have to be within a certain range of you. So if they look at you, and they need to be looking right at you. So if they're looking at you from the back, this will not work. They need to be looking straight into your eyes, like this guy. There you go, that guy. This guy as well. So usually the big boss mask is good for getting people out of our way. Because if people make contact with you, you can't just run right through them. They will attempt to melee you, and if they melee you, you will fall to the ground and lose a little bit of time. So this is just to avoid that. The alternative to that is if they do melee you, just spam triangle. Snake will do like a little recovery, but don't have to worry about that at all with the big boss mask. So up the stairs, meet Drebin. Now Drebin's shop will open at this point, but you won't need anything. Since we're in New Game Plus, we already have all the items, we have all the equipment that we'll need. So skip the cutscene. You're gonna get a codec call. Skip the codec call. Once the codec call is over, they're gonna automatically put the M4 in your hands. So what you're gonna do is open up your just hold R2, open up your menu, and you want to, instead of the M4, just swap that out, throw in the Mark II. So now your cycle is Mark II, AK, and operator. So just stay on the Mark II here and go through the Rubble. So here, down here, through this, get up. You're gonna roll here or stand up. Don't do that. You want to roll through to the other side. So movement is very important. And then here there is a little optimization that I think I'll show you the clip of it. I'll just cut it in here. What will happen if you don't do this trick? But you just roll here to prone. Once you roll to prone, you'll get like a little cutscene. During that cutscene, you can hold X to stand up and move forward. So it goes like this. So roll to prone. The cutscene starts. Hold X to stand up and keep running up this little hill, and then a little optimization. Press triangle against the wall. Don't go too far in. I like to just climb up this. Get up snake. Trying to explain this at the same time. Okay, so you're gonna run, climb up. So once you climb up, you're gonna press, I just press up to look at the wall, and then once I'm looking at the wall, press triangle. You can just hold right and slowly shimmy your way across, or you can kind of stagger your movement and tap right. So like right. So you start tapping it, just try to get a rhythm for it. Here it is going left. It's a little faster than just holding it, and snake slowly goes across. So you can just do this, and then once he's clear, you kind of see his animation change. So he's here and then there. So once he does that, press triangle, you get off the wall, roll down up here and roll down into the next cutscene. All right, through here.
Okay, Snake. Hurry to the
Again, this is another area where you're just getting from point A to point B. If you get close enough to guards, the big boss camo again will neutralize them. So just stick to the route under this car. Meant to go roll into prone, but snake got up. No worries. Get back up. Stick to the left. Roll over these crates here into this alley. Come back around. Go through this alley. And then down the street here. Something cool about MGS4 is the auto aim feature on Liquid Easy. You can just knock them down in one shot. That I got murked, or else I would have showed it. But you can auto aim and then just quickly point and shoot once the auto aim locks, and it'll knock out soldiers in one shot on this difficulty. So, but we don't really need that with the big boss mask. When we're close enough to auto aim, the big boss mask will take care of them anyways. So up here, be careful, there are some sleep gas mines on the floor. So what you want to do is just take them out. You can use whatever weapon you want to take these things out. Just don't be too close to them when you do take them out. Keep your distance. I like to use the operator, except I can't aim. There we go. Up here. So once you get to this floor, you just want to stop going up, and you want to go down the room this way. There's another sleep gas mine. Shoot that. There's one more in our way. We're gonna shoot this one as well as snake reloads. So don't be like me, don't reload, or reload ahead of time. But I'm just, trying to explain and talk at the same time. So this one, you can avoid it. Just stick to the left side. Don't get too close to it. No need to shoot it at all. And go ahead and meet Meryl. Alright, so the Advent Palace frog fight. So the main objective of this fight is easy. You just take down the frogs. So you see there's frogs already spawning here. So every time you clear out frogs in every level, every story, that's the trigger for Rat Patrol to move down to the next story below, and so on. So what you want to do first is you want to stay on your cycle. Now you're going to switch the AK to the sleep gas satchel. So AK, you're going to swap that in for the sleep gas satchels. Now to actually just, kill these or put them to sleep, these frogs, a few different methods. but the most I recommend is either the Mark II pistol or the operator, because everything is a one-shot. So use the Mark II pistol. It's already in your cycle as well, so you don't have to menu in any different items. I like to use the Mark II myself. You can shoot them anywhere on the body and it will knock them out. Now this difficulty, starting out the fight, usually Rat Patrol's pretty good at killing all these frogs to your left. Just watch for any stray ones. Maybe they'll miss one, you'll have to shoot yourself, but just have your Mark II pistol or your operator out and just take out the ones on the ground to the left. So let me move forward. Okay, so they took out all of them. So once the ones on the left are all down, there's going to be 2 spawning just above you on the right in this roof. So aim up here. There it is. 1, 2, and then there's 2 more on the left in that metal railing on the left. So usually Rat Patrol kills one of them, and then the other one, if you get close enough, the big boss mask will take effect. So I'm getting close. There it is. The big boss mask is taking effect on the one at the top. Now there is another one. The other one dropped down to the floor already. Usually you'll see a body up there if she didn't drop down, but in this case she dropped down to the right, which happens sometimes. Rat Patrol won't kill that frog. So in case this happens, I'm just gonna run straight ahead and use the big boss mask on this frog as well, like that. So as long as you're within the vicinity, the big boss mask will take effect. So now you want to put a sleep gas satchel right here. You can place it on the door, you can place it on the floor, just place it right here. And now we're gonna do a little manipulation to get the fast frogs to spawn in the next level below. So how you do that is you need Meryl to walk in these stairs to the left before any members of the Rat Patrol team do. So you want her to go in first, say clear, then she's going to start going down the stairs. You don't want any of the other Rat Patrol members to be close to her or be through this doorway. So how I stagger them is I just shoot them in the leg. So I'll let Meryl pass. One, stop him in his tracks again, him. Okay, so she said clear, she's going down the stairs. You know you did it correctly when as soon as you enter this area, you'll see the frog flip from left to right. This is what known as the fast frogs. Here, you just want to knock out about 2 or 3 of them. So there's 1, there's 2. 2 is fine. Okay, so I knocked out 2 of them. Now, if you don't get the fast frogs here, just wait there and wait for them to spawn. You'll lose about 10 seconds or so. Not the end of the world. That just means you didn't do the stagger up top correctly. So once you're done here, we're gonna go ahead and use the sleep gas satchel that we placed at the door up top to knock out some frogs. So what I'm gonna do is wait, right around here. You can wait in the next room, you can wait closer to the stairs, but I'm listening for a specific audio cue. That audio cue is gonna be a bunch of frogs landing at the same time. It's hard to explain. So what I'll do is, as soon as it happens, I'll detonate the sleep gas satchel, let you know, and then I'll put it on loop, like, about 5 times or so, just so you know what you're looking for. There's a lot of different audio cues in here. You're gonna have gun sounds, you're gonna have explosions, frogs, Rat Patrol. So I'll let you know what to listen for. Now there's gonna be a thump as well. It's more like one frog landing. You do not want to detonate on that. You want to wait to hear multiple frogs land at the same time. So let's see if we can get that. Right there. I'm not sure how well you heard that, so I'll go ahead and put it on loop here. So continue to move forward. You want to go into the kitchen area. You're going to place another sleep gas satchels right in this doorway, and then use the big boss mask on the frog to your left in this doorway. There's 1. Now sometimes there will be another one here. If not, the frog will be in a different position. I'll show you where that frog will be. So the frog isn't here, so she's going to be here. So if the frog is either going to be right outside of that doorway, so you want to go ahead and take a peek. If she's there, run up to her, use your big boss mask to your advantage. If she's too far away, you can just shoot at her. And then this is the other one here. So again, it's up to you how you want to take this frog out. You can CQC it, you can Mark II, you can Operator, you can Big Boss Mask, whichever you prefer. I'll just CQC her. Okay, so once those frogs are out of the way, you're going to end up right next to the stove. So just chill right here, right next to the stove, and don't move. You're going to wait for Meryl to say contact. As soon as you hear Meryl say contact, you're going to set off the sleep gas satchel that you planted to the left. So just wait here by the stove. Contact, set it off, and that's it. That is all you need to do in this floor. Don't worry about picking up weapons. Don't worry about picking up items. Just move to the next floor so that you clear that floor onto the next one. So we're going to set up some sleep gas satchels here. One will go right here next to these I think stun grenade packs. Don't pick them up, you don't need it. One will go right at the end of here. I like to put them in this order, and then one is going to go down this hallway right at the end of this corner. That's 3, and then we're going to place one more somewhere around here. You can place it on this wall, you can place it on the floor, it doesn't matter. So you're going to have to place 4 sleep gas satchels. Now remember the order where you place them, because when you detonate them, your sleep gas satchels will start to detonate in the order you place them down. So that's important to take account. So here, Rat Patrol should be on the stairs by the time you place all your sleep gas satchels. So now we're going to skip the Johnny taking a dump animation. So just punch Johnny twice. The first punch will start his shit animation. The second punch will skip the whole thing. So one punch, it starts. One punch, it finishes, and he starts moving. Alright, there we go. Continue on here. Nothing much you can do. Just wait like right around here. Now you're just going to wait for Johnny, Meryl, and all the other guys to walk past you and go into the restroom over here. So you cannot make them go faster, so just wait. So there comes Ed, there comes Meryl. So here's Johnny. Sometimes Johnny likes to cover in fear like he does now. So you can shoot him with the operator to get him out of that animation. As soon as Meryl turns this corner, let me see if I can shoot Johnny. Okay, I shot Johnny, there you go. Now he's out of his animation. He's standing up, running this way. Sometimes he likes to go behind the box over there, and you can't shoot him, which you will lose, you know, a couple seconds here and there, but not the end of the world. Alright, so we're going to have Johnny. Now this door here, or not this door, like this wall, you see it's collapsing right in front of me. You don't want to be too close to that collapsing wall, because it will knock you down. So just stay away from that wall. As soon as it drops to the ground, you're going to run forward, and there's going to be a bunch of frogs in this room. You just stand in place and use your big boss mask to take them all out. So there's the, now just run in here, take your big boss mask out. See, all these frogs are in front of me. As soon as they turn this way to try to shoot me, they're all going to get knocked out. So just stand here and use 3 of your sleep gas satchels. Remember, we placed 4 down. We're going to use 3 of them here. So 1, 2, and 3. There you go. So once you use those 3, you're going to get the Mark II pistol out. There's 2 more frogs we're going to have to take out before moving on to the next room. So the first frog will land right here. So I'm just pre-aiming this wall. She's going to cling on to it. There it is. Boom. That's one. The other one is going to drop here. And there's 2. Now, if you paid attention, something that happened was the sleep gas mines should take out all the frogs at this point. You should have no frogs left. But what I noticed was there was 1 frog way in the back behind the pillar. And I'm kind of happy it happened in this run, because then I can show you what to do. So make sure you either have like your solid eye equipped to kind of just scout the area if there's any stray frogs left. See that? There's that one. So if you had your solid eye, you can look at the radar to see where they are. So you have to take out all the frogs now. Most of the time, the sleep gas satchels will knock out all the frogs in the room. Unfortunately, this one time it did not, which is fine. So you just want going to shoot her, use the big boss mask if she's close enough. So if I take out my solid eye, as you can see, there's not much left, or there's nothing left there. And that's how you know to move on to the next area. So again, most of the time you will get all the frogs with the sleep gas satchels, but every now and then you will have 1 stray frog there. Just pay attention closely and adjust accordingly. So now Johnny's down on the ground. Just let Meryl wake him up, because I I believe it takes 2 kicks for you to wake him up, or 2 rolls. So instead of that, I just go in the right through this hole in the wall and let Meryl wake him up, and that's how you finish the frog fight. So moving on to the next area. Oh, you can't skip this, by the way, so just watch. Alright, so here, a few different ways you can do this. You can just drop down, move back towards the stalls here, wait for Ed to drop. As soon as Ed drops, roll into him. And you know you did it correctly once you hear the bulldozer kind of in the background. If you don't hear the bulldozer in the background, you're just gonna have to wait a little bit. It's kind of like the fast frogs. If it doesn't happen right away, just it'll happen soon. You will lose a few seconds. So what we're going to do is pre-aim right here. Pre-aim that corner, because there's going to be 4 sets of frogs that will spawn. Now Rat Patrol will always take out one of them. The other one will get killed by your big boss mask, and then you have to shoot the one all the way in the corner. But before we do that, what's going to happen is there's going to be 2 stun grenades thrown in this room. So watch. So look away. Don't look directly at them. I like to get my shot lined up and then look away. So look away. Have your sleep gas satchels ready. So I'm going to have the sleep gas satchels ready. Now, as soon as the stun grenades are thrown and they detonate, you're going to detonate your sleep gas satchels, the last one that's upstairs. Remember, we placed 4 down, but we only detonated 3 of them. So there's the stun grenades, they go off. I'm going to detonate my sleep gas satchels, then take out the other frogs. Here's 1, here's 2. Now Rat Patrol took care of these 2, so you just want to make sure that there isn't any left. That's 4 of them, so they're kind of like, they make a square. I always aim for the back one in the corner over there, because they're too far away where your big boss camo won't affect them, and Rat Patrol usually won't shoot that one in the corner. So this time I had to shoot those 2, and if you did that right, you won't have any frogs spawn in the above floor, because the sleep gas satchels will take care of the frogs that spawn on the top. So once you do that, you are good to go. I'll just reload my gun. You don't need to pick up any items, you don't need to do anything, just wait for Rat Patrol to get here, and that's how you do Advent Palace. Okay, so once you get control of Snake, roll down the elevator hatch and then roll backwards, or just walk or slash run, doesn't matter, into the cutscenes, into the code call as well. Skip that. You don't really need to do anything else from here on out in terms of menuing or picking up items either. Just up this little hill, he's gonna automatically crouch, so just keep moving. Get over this box. There's going to be an unskippable cutscene, so once you hit it, you cannot skip it. Just wait for it to end. Okay, so once you get control of Snake, just get from point A to point B here. There's nothing to do. Don't worry about alerts, don't worry about damage. Again, if you have your rations equipped, and just keep moving. In here, I kind of stick close to these guys so the big boss mask knocks them out like that, because once you climb this ladder, they could shoot you and stagger you and stop you for a few seconds from climbing up. So I do that around this corner, around another corner, drop down, and you will hit the cutscene trigger. There it is. Okay, skip the cutscene. And then here, another location where you just go from point A to point B. This is the last area for Act 1. You could shoot this guy if you want with auto aim. You don't have to, I don't even know why I did it. You could roll into him. You could run past them, it doesn't matter. Alerts do not matter. And then once you get close enough to enemies anyway, the big boss mask will knock them out. You can see here, because a lot of backup guards will start coming in from the other area like this. But as soon as you get close to them, let the big boss mask take care of them. Around these tents here and into this door, and that's Act 1. On to Act 2. Okay, beginning of Act 2, skip the cutscene. You're gonna go stand up, roll over this hill, and then pause. We're gonna do a menu here. So the menu comes up, the sleep gas satchels will be out, and in its place will be the railgun, and then the AK will be swapped out for the M82A2. That's it for the weapons. Then you want to go to camo and re-equip your big boss mask from the face camo, and that's it. So once you roll down, just ignore everyone. Ignore all these guards. See, like, that's the little stagger I'm talking about. When you do get shot, every once in a while you will stagger like that. Will snake, you know, gets a little whiplash. So but don't worry if that whiplash happens. You're just going to continue on up here, roll through this guard will see you. It doesn't matter. Does not matter who sees you. You're really in trouble again. Have your rations equipped. You have 14 of them. I don't even think you'll need a single one in this playthrough. Just follow this route up this little hill, up this platform. Just a bunch of platforms back there. You just hop from one to the other. Unfortunately, there's no direct one that goes straight up all the way. So once you get up to a certain point here, you'll hit a codec trigger, loading the next zone. Okay, then stand up, keep moving. This whole area coming up is just going to be get from point A to point B. There's no weapon pickups, no item pickups, no special tricks you need to do. Just follow the route as close as possible. Try to keep your line straight. Don't go out of your way to try to knock someone out. And that is it. So I don't think I'll talk too much for the next section, so I'll just be quiet. I'll go ahead and resume my commentary once something different happens. But for these parts, you're just following this route and moving from one area to the next.
What? What? Footsteps. Help me out here. Snake. Huh? We've got contact! Who was that?
One thing to note, this guy coming up has a grenade launcher, so you want to kind of move left like that to move past his... Oops, going the wrong way. You want to go this way? You want to move, you know, do a little sideways movement to dodge his grenades, or else he will knock you back and you will fly with the ragdoll physics and have to get up. So just make note of that guy with the grenade launcher to move out of his way slightly.
Rebels have got an armored dozer. They're probably going to use it to bust their way into the mansion. Give it some cover and it might get you inside the compound.
You don't have to pick up that weapon. I just happened to be standing at the right time that the guard got scared of my big boss mask and he dropped it. And I did not pick it up in my previous playthrough, so, but you don't need to pick up that weapon at all. You do not need it at any point in this run. Okay, so for the frogs fight, you can have a frogs fight before you fight Laughing Octopus. So what you want to do is just run backwards, have your Mark II out, go here, lay down. There's two frogs, shoot them anywhere in the leg. There's one, and there's two. That's it. Get back up, stand like right here at the edge of this doorway, and then two more frogs will land right in front of you. One, two. I'll just shoot the ground to make them look at me. They look at me, roll through them, and that's it. That's all you need to do. That's all the frogs. You're done. So as soon as you're done with the frogs, you just roll through the window and move on to the boss fight. Okay, before we get into the actual boss fight, one thing I want to mention is we're going to start using the railgun here. We equipped it previously, and how this gun works is it charges. So when you aim, as you can see the bottom right under the where the bullets are, you'll see the meter go up. So if I stop, then I have to recharge it again. So there, the charge goes back up. So the reason why I say this is we're gonna have to shoot Laughing Octopus with it fully charged like this. You can't just aim and shoot because it won't do any damage. You want this to be fully charged before you shoot. And why I'm saying to pay attention is if when you're going around corners and you're aiming, for example, if you're aiming here and then you get too close to a wall, like let's say you're aiming and all of a sudden you get close to a wall like this, Snake will put the gun down and you're going to lose all the charge you built up. You see how the charge at the bottom right is gone now? So then when I peek back out, I have to charge it again. So if you're mid-charge and you're moving around like this and Snake runs into a wall, the charging just stops. So it's very important to know that you're not too close to a wall when you're charging. You don't bump into something when you're charging because it'll just reset that charge meter. So make sure you pay attention to that in the next boss fights. It could cost you a lot of time. So let's get right into the boss fight. Alright, as soon as the fight starts, run backwards, go to your M4 gun, and you're going to swap the M4 gun out for the railgun. So once you have the railgun, you want to start charging the railgun. And once you get full charge, you're going to shoot Octopus as she's moving to the left. So railgun out, Kind of aim at her. And charge is done. Shoot her. You don't need a headshot. So just aim kind of, I just aim kind of at her body. One important thing to note is don't go too far up into this room, because this is what happens. If you don't have full charge, here and your gun is still charging, a tip for you is aim to the right and she's going to appear right in this window. So again, if you're charging the gun here and then you're tracking her, and then that happens where like your gun starts doing that and your recharge sets, just move your aim to the right and wait for her to pop up at that window, then shoot her. The other thing I want to mention is don't go too far into this room. I think this about here is the furthest you can go up. So you're charging, stay like right about here, because if you go too far up in the room, if you get to like here and you aim, what happens is instead of her going right, she's going to go left, and that makes it much harder because Snake moves really slow with the gun, and to try to track her that way is really difficult. So just stay kind of up around here, shoot her here, and if you don't have the railgun fully charged, aim here. So I'm gonna reset this run real quick and show you how to do it. If you can't get her the shot here, just move your aim here. All right, so here fight starts. I'm gonna run backwards, go to my M4 gun, switch it to the railgun, starts charging it. So she shoots. I'm gonna go in here. Let's say I don't have it charged all the way. I'm gonna move my aim to this window and shoot her as she goes there. So once you're done there, you're gonna switch to your Mark II pistol and switch that out for the M82. Okay, and then just stand right here in this room, like kind of next to this little skeleton on the right. Not anywhere precise, just stand right about here, and we're gonna wait for her to start laughing. Right there, she laughed, so she's on my left now. So she's either going to be in two spots at this point. She's either going to be a mannequin, or not mannequin, this skeleton here, which she is. If she's not here, she's going to be up against this painting here. So she's either going to be in these two locations. So for me, I got the skeleton. So what you're going to do is take the M82 out that you just equipped. Your cycle again here should be railgun, operator, M82. So M82, you're going to go for a headshot like that, and then go into this room with the bed. Just hang out here for a little bit. You're going to hear the skirmish in the background. Once you do, run this way. She's going to be the Mark II. Take the M82 again and shoot her in the head. So now this is important. After you do this headshot, you have to follow. It's important where you follow where I go. So shoot her in the head. As I missed as she jumped, but she's not going to do that unless you take it really long. So shoot her in the head. Go into this room with the bed again and aim at the ground. Wait for her to laugh. Once she laughs and disappears, she's going to be in 3 different locations. Either here, which I got. This is a good location. She's either going to be in this corner here, right here, in the same position as she is now, or she's going to be here. So just go through the locations, check to see where she's at. So I got this one. So what you're going to do is shoot her in the head again with the M82. This will make her go to the Naomi phase. So you're going to shoot her until she gets out of the Naomi phase. I just go for the headshot. So once you do that, take the railgun out, charge the railgun, and as it charges all the way up, you're going to shoot her like that, and that's the fight. Something to note is if it doesn't go this way, if she gets away from you, starts spawning everywhere, the best thing to do is run to this corner here and just wait for her to keep spawning in front of you and just shoot her with the M82 over and over and over and over again. It's not the best technique. You're going to lose a little bit of time, but if the fight gets away from you, the backup is come to this corner and keep shooting her with the M82 until the fight's over, and just brute force it from there. Okay, so the fight's over. Just wait for the as the fight starts, switch to the M82 and just shoot her. You might miss 1 or 2 shots, but doesn't matter. There you go. And that's it. Okay, here, this is another long area where it's get from point A to point B. So I don't think I will commentate much during this section as well. I'll say anything of importance, but there's nothing much to it. Just follow this route
The trail splits up into multiple directions. Look closely
and get from point A to point B. Then nothing much to it.
Looks like they split up here. You think that could be Naomi's?
You can go right under this guy. He will not notice you. And then the other guy on the right, you can shoot him with auto aim if you want. And the alert will go away right away. So like that. Even if you get the alert, you can just continue running. It does not matter if you have an alert or not. The only chance you take with alerts is if you get shot and Snake whiplashes a little and stops in his track. You lose like a second, but that's the only risk you take with alerts, since enemies will shoot at you.
The footprints go in different directions.
I don't know why I was shooting that guy, but the big boss mask will take care of him. So just run right through him. Don't do what I do.
Noticing more footprints now.
I'm just messing around. So here we go. Next area. Okay, in this area, your main target is going to be all the enemies with the robot suit, the mech suit. Don't worry about anyone else. Just aim, get on the turret, and start shooting at the mech suit guys. You can make it easier to have the solid eye equipped. Then their life bar will be more visible, because there is a lot of smoke going on in this area, so you just kind of want to shoot where their health bar is visible. So there, I just killed 2. I'm just going to pre-aim and fire this road up here, because that's where they all spawn. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about soldiers climbing on top. As soon as you see them, just shoot them. And then once you defeat all of them, the next area will trigger. I think there's one on the left. Yeah, I see him on the left a little. I see his leg. Oh, I couldn't get him. You could get him before he jumps, but I did not. And that's it. Okay, this area, you're just going to keep shooting all the geckos and try to clear a road. It is a little bit of RNG here, depending on how fast you can clear these geckos and the patterns that they spawn in. So then, once you clear the road, Drebin will move on to the next area. But if the road is all cluttered up like this, he will not move. So sometimes you're able to kill these fast and they don't spawn as quickly. If someone does that, I just CQC them. They might try to climb up on the vehicle and take you off the turret. Not a big deal. Okay, I cleared up the road and Drebin is good to go.
Yeah, baby. Oh shit! Got an MGS on our ass.
Alright, in here you're gonna go against the gate boss. So as you get control of Snake, just start shooting at the gate. Shoot at the gate.
The gate! Snake, shoot the gate!
Alright, so then as the vehicle starts to drive away, what I like to do is get off the turret, take out your railgun. Now I'm gonna wait until the truck or the vehicle goes back and it becomes stationary, so it swerves around, it stops, and as it stops I shoot and then go back on the turret. Maybe I'll shoot the barrels. There's one, there's the other, and that's it.
Get ready for some speed!
Alright, here you don't lose time even if you put your controller down, so this is just the shooting range for you. There's going to be 2 or 3 geckos popping in front of you. There are 3, so I don't know, you can use this as practice range. Maybe get some shots in if you want.
Those Gecko will try to ram you.
One is gonna, if you're too slow, one will jump behind you. I don't care. You can have your 14 rations out if you need it, but you're not going to need it at all in this difficulty. So you can just put your controller down until all the way at the end of this.
Out of my way! That's it, moving! Hang on! It's gonna get bumpy! Up front! Here they come! Hold on tight!
Almost there. You can do it.
Don't fall off!
Alright, with Snake going through the marketplace here,
Busy. Now's your chance to make an
in here, roll over this little barricade, stay clear of this gecko, just go behind him,
just a little farther.
around these crates, around this. Don't get kicked by this gecko. Roll into the next area, and that is Act 2. On to Act 3. Alright, as Act 3 starts, you want to hold L2. The signal interception is going to be replaced with the syringe, and then the operator is going to be replaced for the Mark II pistol. So you should look like that, and you're good to go to move forward. Now we're going to attempt to do a kind of a risky strat here. Now this is up to you if you want to do it. You could choose not to. So the benefit is if it works out, you'll save about 20 seconds. If it doesn't work out, you lose about 20 seconds. So it's up to you if you want to take the risk. If not, I suggest not doing this, what I'm about to do, and just follow the resistance member as you normally would. So what I would do is just shoot the ground near him like that, and then he's going to run to the right. Make sure he doesn't see you when he looks this way, and then just follow him. Now here, as you can see, there's like that do not enter the X sign up ahead. He's either going to go to the right of it or the left of it. Here he's going to the right, which is great. That means you save 20 seconds. Congratulations. If he goes up here to the left, that means you lose 20 seconds. So regardless, it's up to you if you want to risk that shot or not. So if he goes right, you want to come and just wait right here. Now if he goes to the left, he's going to run a little bit around to the other side of this building. So in that case, you want to go up the stairs and wait up there instead. But I'm just going to wait right here since he went right. Wait for him to come back. Don't worry, he's not going to see you. He's going to stop short, just like that. And then, so once he starts going that way, I'm going to go up the stairs. One thing I want to do is I want to change the type of ammo I have in my Mark II pistol to the crying ammo. Now, don't worry about all these other ones. You only need one type. So in this save file, if you're using this, you're going to use the crying ammo, but any of these will work. So I'm going to use crying, and then whenever you switch ammos, since there's 0 on the other ones, I'll have to reload really quickly. So now I'm waiting for the resistance member to pop out in the bottom right corner like he does, and as soon as he starts moving, I'll start moving. So there it is, he starts moving, I'll start moving as well. Down here there is a enemy you want to shoot. Don't worry about the railings, your bullets will go through the railings, so shoot him anywhere, he'll go down. I wanted to roll over. I want to roll over this. There's one more guard we have to shoot, this guy, just like that. Now the resistance member is on the other side of this van, so make sure he doesn't see you. He's going to see that guy's on the ground crying and continue on his route. So now it becomes a long game of just follow the resistance member. There's really nothing you can do to make this faster. You cannot run to the end of the map and wait for him. You have to be within a certain proximity of him for him to advance to the next checkpoint. So there are different ways to follow him as well. You don't have to follow the exact route that I'm following. I've seen other runners use a slightly different route, but the main point of it is don't be too far away from him. You don't have to stick right on his ass either, but don't be too far or else he'll just stop moving. And get enemy soldiers out of his way. So here he's going to stop for a second in front of this fountain as my battery is low on my DualShock. Okay, so once he starts moving, I'll move as well. There's going to be 2 soldiers to the left of that hill, so I'll just go up here, excuse me, and I'll shoot them. 1, 2, and then just kind of prone, go up on this hill and just wait, because he's going to backtrack a little bit and take a whiz over there. So I'm just going to wait for him to finish up. Come on, buddy, wrap it up. Okay, so once he's done, he's going to continue on. Alright, so again, make sure he doesn't see you and just follow him. If you're new to the game, I suggest not to be right up on him. You might bump him or something and screw this whole thing up, so just keep it fair distance. Oh, he's going to turn around and look at this direction where I am up the stairs, so make sure you're hiding behind something like that. Okay, and he's continuing on. You will get a caution soon because one of the soldiers you knocked out at the beginning of the area will wake up and it'll cause the caution. Okay, so he's going to go down on a knee and then continue going down the stairs. There's the caution. So as soon as he does, just go up the map here. You can wait for him now towards the end, so that's what we're going to do. If you look this way, he's over there on the left. Let me see if you can see him poking his head out real quick. There it is. But anyway, we're just gonna leave him alone and go all the way to the end of the map here. So we're just gonna hide behind this truck. And I'm going to fast forward this a little so we don't have to wait the whole time. All right, next area, you're just gonna want to run left towards this van and that little garbage can, whatever that is, and he emerges from behind it, so you just follow him up close. One thing to note on the previous room is if the caution is about to run out, just wait for it to run out before you transition to this room. So he's moving.
Look out! Searchlight. Find something nearby to hide.
He's moving. We're just gonna stay kind of close to him. Okay, he turns the corner, so I'm gonna wait right around here. Alright, and as he moves, where I'm gonna move, there's one soldier we're gonna have to trank. This guy here. There we go. That's it. And that is it for this area. So just follow him close. Don't get caught. And by that I mean don't let him see you. Don't worry about this guy. He's just gonna get knocked out. And I'll see you in the next area. Okay, now this area also has one of those shots where it's you lose 20 seconds if you get it right, and or you gain 20 seconds if you get it right, and you lose 20 if it goes the wrong way. Just pure RNG at this point. So I'll demonstrate it. Once he whistles twice, shoot at the ground, and then he's gonna run out of there. There he goes. So let's see which direction he goes. He's either going to go up the road. Perfect. So as you can see, he's running up the road here. This means you gain 20 seconds. If he goes into this alley, you lost 20 seconds. So he's gonna go right behind that corner. So you just want to wait for him like right here and then continue on with the strat. So anyway, I got the good pattern, which means he's going up the road here. So I'm gonna wait for him right around the corner. He's going to be right over there, right there. He's hiding. He's gonna come back a little bit, which is totally fine. So again, don't be in his line of vision. Just gonna be right here. And as soon as he turn around, there we go. I'm gonna be right behind him. So you have to be kind of close to him for him to start walking back up. And there you go. You just saved about 20 seconds. Again, if he goes into the other alley, you just have to wait for him. He'll slowly get his ass down this road, slowly walk across here. So the only thing you can do is just walk behind him. And that's it. So it's going to go across. Form this formation with these guys, and from here on out I'm really not going to say anything. This is just follow the resistance member. There's no tricks to it. There isn't much you can do to make it faster. I'm hoping, you know, we get some new runners in and they find some other way to make this go faster, but as of right now I do not have any other method of making him go faster consistently that I would try it in a full game run. In this section, you can actually just wait, or like right here. I usually wait here until he crosses the street. When he goes from that corner and he crosses the street to the other side, then I'll move ahead. But for now, I'll just put my controller down and wait for him to slowly move. All right, he's crossing over. That's my cue to start moving. All right, Just gonna wait right here in front of this van. He's going to go in that alley ahead of him and change. Okay, so once he gets changed, he's going to walk right to left, and that's the resistance member. You can just be anywhere. I try to just get past this line on the ground. Anywhere here you can be, and it'll hit the trigger. I'm pretty sure you can be like back there as well. It'll still hit the trigger, but there it is.
We have to keep Big Boss's body
Okay,
out of enemy
on
hands,
to
no
bike
matter
chase.
what.
Bike chase
Get the body
is
safe.
really easy on this difficulty. All you do is put your controller down. That's it. You don't have to shoot anybody. You can have a ration on if you're paranoid, but you're not going to take enough damage, and Eva will always move at the same speed. So this is just a side scroller, a literal movie. You can just watch it through. So I'll skip through all this, and then if I need any comments, I'll pause the video. Okay, in this section you can damage Raven a little bit if you just shoot her with the VZ gun that's on. So I kind of use auto aim, lock on. So you can do that, but again, it's not gonna make a huge difference. This won't even barely do any damage. But if you're bored, got nothing to do, you can shoot at Raven, you can shoot at these things. Again, these things are not gonna, you can't take damage at all at this point until you get to like the Humvee guy on the Jeep with the turrets on top. So put your controller down again and wait until the actual boss fight starts.
Need help in front. Need help in front. Oh, what's the matter? Call a
lost them.
Okay, as soon as the fight starts, run past the stairs on the left, crouch right here in this corner, take out either the VZ or the railgun, maybe fits in here, depending on how you did your menu, but if you followed mine, the VZ gun will be here. You switch it to the railgun, and you're gonna aim at a specific point. I'll try to show you where it is, like right about here. You can pause to get the visual cue down, and you're gonna shoot Raven as she flies by, like that. That's all you do. So I think the best thing is just pause where I was aiming. Look at my positioning on the ground, and as soon as you see Raven appear, it's just a visual cue at this point. Shoot the railgun, and then hold. As soon as you shoot the railgun, hold R2 and switch it for the M82. The reason you do this is because if you don't get a headshot, Raven will still have a little bit of health left. So like mine, I was able to hit her somewhere in the body, but I did not get a headshot, so she's still alive. So you take out the M82 again, wait for her to come down here, and end the fight here. That's fine. Hey Raven, there you go. Now it didn't go perfect, but that should be like a worst case scenario for you. Ideally, you just whip out the M82, shoot her once, the fight's over, but sometimes it'll go like that. That's how you end that fight. So again, you're gonna go into this phase. Just take out the M82. You might miss a few shots, but eventually you'll hit her. Okay, so the MGS1 section, it doesn't count at all for your game stats. So the time, the continues, the alerts, the kills, nothing will count. So what I do is I just go up the map and exit through this vent here. And that's it. Okay, so beginning of Act 4, I suggest you use the night vision mode on the solid eye, just until you get acclimated with your surroundings. So put it on, go left of this little cliff here. There's going to be a Gecko ahead of you. The solid eye's picking it up from this distance. There it is. Doesn't matter, you can go right next to it. It's gonna just jump up. You can stick to the right of the Gecko instead of the left. That way you won't get an alert, but it doesn't matter. Because you're going to take more alerts here. So I'm going to take off the night vision goggles just to see a little better. If a Gecko ever latches onto you like that, just roll. Because it will try to detonate itself and stun you for a little bit, so. And here, just run straight to the end. Okay, in this area again, get from point A to point B. Point B being the exit from the nuclear building. So straight ahead, there's a mandatory codec here, so you're going to take this no matter what. Press start to skip. There's that gate in front of you. You have to go close to it. You'll hear a beep beep noise, and as soon as you hear that, go backwards. So right about here, right there, you hear that beep beep. You'll get another codec. You'll have to pick, it'll pick this up automatically, the game will. So up the stairs, we're gonna go use the elevator. So the M82 should be in your cycle, since that's a weapon you end the Raven fight with. Okay. You don't have to keep pressing the button, that's nothing. So on the control panel, you want to go press down, go to B2. Once you're here, just keep pressing start. You'll get this little security code. Just press start. Skip it. You don't have to enter anything. So once you're done, a Gecko will land right in front of you. So you're going to take out your M82 and shoot it. So there it is. Take the M82 out. There you go. Dead. And then we're going to take the elevator back up. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the gate that was closed before. So go left and down to the first floor. And you're going to need the M82 one more time. Okay, with this Gecko, you can do the same thing you did with the previous one. Just aim. Shoot it until it's dead. That's it. And then you're good to go to the next area. Okay, here. Go left. And roll down to start the boss fight. Okay, so get up. Immediately, you want to equip the smoke grenade blue. You will need that. Next, you should have the operator. We're going to press it one more time, and in this slot, we're going to throw in the MGL, and then we're going to move over to the stun grenade rounds. So once you do that, continue on. You can put on the night vision goggles to make this a little easier to see. Don't worry about the alert. Just follow this route. So smoke grenades are in your hand. Just keep going forward now. Wolf will be here on your left. You're gonna chuck a smoke grenade at her. It's gonna take practice to kind of know where. Okay, so once you throw the smoke grenade at her, you're gonna take the MGL out. So once you take the MGL out, now the smoke grenade, you're looking at Sniper Wolf's psych meter. This is gonna be a visual cue. As soon as her psych meter goes down a little bit, that means that the smoke grenade has hit her and you're clear to shoot her with the MGL. So I know that the smoke grenade hit her because she flinched a little, so I could see that, but pay attention to her health as well. The psych will be a little bit lower, like that. You see that? And then I'm good to just shoot her with the MGL rounds. So I'm going to do this one more time in full speed.
Something's coming!
Okay, so for the beauty phase, you're just going to take out the MGL and shoot her. And that's up to you if you want to prone and do this little crawl thing to make her go down. You can do what you did with the M82 on the previous beauties, and that's just shoot them. With the MGL, you want to shoot like kind of at their feet. You might miss the first couple, but the second or third one will definitely hit and get the fight over with. So in here, you're going to take the MGL out. Instead, equip the Chaff grenade. Then roll over here, you'll get a mandatory codec call. Down, and then you go down the stairs after. So in this room, it's optional if you want to throw a Chaff grenade. You don't really need to throw a Chaff grenade. You can just roll, take the alert. The alert does not matter here if you take it, so it's up to you. You could throw the Chaff grenade if you want, though. I think if I had to do it over, I probably wouldn't throw the Chaff, but... So here we go. Now you're gonna go to the bottom floor here, take this elevator. Make sure you go to the opposite side if you enter.
Something to tell you about.
Take out the smoke grenade, the blue smoke grenade, and instead equip the solar gun instead. So make sure you do that before you exit this elevator. So here, just do a distraction shot like I did on that side of the wall. Then go around the Gecko, up these mini set of stairs, and the same thing over here. So then go ahead and throw a chaff grenade somewhere around here. It doesn't have to be accurate. You can be right of it, you can be left of it. Just throw it in that vicinity. You'll be fine. And then over here, go up on top of this platform. Drop down on the other side, roll over the railings and into the next room. So in this room, we are going to throw a chaff grenade to start out.
Finally.
And that's it.
It's just up ahead. The hangar's
Throw a
just
chaff grenade
stay en route.
and go into
Rex
the next
is on
boss fight, which is
floor
Vamp.
above you. Use the lift.
So Vamp's pretty easy. Make sure the syringe is equipped when you do this fight. So go left, equip the solar gun, start charging up the solar gun right about here. Wait until Vamp falls to the ground, and when he falls to the ground, shoot him.
Yes, you
So make sure your syringe is equipped. Hold R1 behind him to think you see him, and then press triangle, and that's it. So this next area is purely on a timer, and you're just shooting all these geckos. That's it. You can use the railgun or you can use the M82. It's up to you which weapon you want to use. But once you're done, I think I'm going to skip the rest of it. It's on rails. You can't lose time. You can't gain time. Just shoot robots and that's it. Okay, so for the next area, you're just going to hold up and press X. That's it. You're going to use the dash attack of Rex
Snake, we have to get out.
and just keep moving forward. Eventually you'll have to move to the right, and then once you do that, you're going to keep moving forward again. The one thing I would do is change the Gatling gun on the bottom right to the missiles before you enter the next area. So go ahead and do that. I'll skip this ahead. Okay, so as soon as this fight starts, you're gonna start shooting the missiles at Ray. About 5 or 6 missiles is what I shoot, like half your ammunition. Then switch to the laser and charge it up. Wait for Ray to jump. As Ray jumps, you're gonna move forward and look to the right. He's going to jump over these cylinders to the right. You're gonna damage him, and then you're gonna move left, aim towards this, wait for Ray to jump again. He's going to jump left and shoot him, and that's it. So I'm going to do this fight one more time to let you guys get the hang of it.
Let's finish this, Snake. Ray may have been designed as a Rex killer, but you've got me on your side. You can't lose. Crush Ray and liquid with it. Good job, Snake. Keep it coming. There's not enough power left. Wait for the energy to recharge, Snake.
Now if this fight does get away from you and you don't get this loop down, at that point it's pretty much just find Rex or find Ray use your laser and use your missiles. Now, the reason why you're able to end this fight so fast is because when Ray jumps and lands, in the landing, there is no damage cap there. He won't fall down. And you're able to continuously damage him for the whole animation. So if this fight gets away from you, try to get Ray to jump. If he jumps and he's landing, make sure to use that laser on him. But if that doesn't work out, I would just rotate between the laser and the missiles to just get his HP down to 0. Beginning of Act 5, we're gonna have to do a menu here. So stand up, go to weapons. First, smoke grenade will be out instead. We're gonna throw in the stun grenade. Railgun will be out. Instead will be the operator. On the M4, press L2 to customize. Go down to bottom mount and attach the master key. Then go back out. And instead of the solar gun, we're going to equip the Mantis doll. So that is your menu right there. So then go to your next weapon slot, put on the stun grenades. Throw the stun grenades at these frogs. Now throw it a little short so the stun is able to bounce on their feet. Don't throw it right at their feet because sometimes the stun grenade likes to bounce somewhere else. So throw it a little short and it'll bounce right at their feet. Next, you're going to go up here and throw it over these vents, whatever they are. It doesn't have to be that accurate. Just aim over the attachments on the wall and you'll be fine. So from that, hold R2, take out. You're going to swap the stun grenades for the chaff and throw a chaff in the corner right over here. Again, nothing too accurate, just somewhere around that vicinity. Go behind this wall, around the right side of the cylinder, left side of this wall. Continue forward. Now the Gecko will land right behind you, but as long as you don't have an alert, he will not see you. And just continue forward. Now if you do get an alert, I highly suggest just hiding in the corner, like the corner right here in the elevator, until the alert runs out, because if you do have an alert, you cannot proceed to the next area. So if you have an alert, just hide in the corner right here to the left until the alert is gone, and then continue forward. But for me, since I do not have an alert yet, I can just walk forward and initiate the next area. So now I'm going to do a menu as soon as they start talking. So wait until they start talking. There it is. Now on one slot, instead of the chaff grenade, I want the Mantis doll. And then on the other one, I'm going to put the operator in. So now you have the M4, Mantis doll, and operator. And that's it. Okay, so the next area, you're just going to have to kill or put to sleep all the frogs. There's going to be 3 waves. We'll be using the M4 to kill all the frogs. You can use the shotgun attachment, or you can just shoot them like I do. So one will always flip here, another one here. And then you can use the solid eye as well to track where the frogs are. There's another one. Another one. And I cannot aim, so excuse me, but there you go. Now the next wave will start appearing. They will appear at the top of the balcony, so if you aim here, you can see them. Use the solid eye. If you lose track of where the frogs are, they will show up as blips on the radar. So try to kill as many before they jump down. There you go. I know there's one other left, so I'm looking at my radar. There it is. So then once you do that, the next wave will automatically jump down. You do not have time on the last wave to shoot them while they're on the balcony. So this one I cannot shoot for some reason. There we go. And that's it. So just stay in the center, use your solid eye to your advantage, and just kill all the frogs. Against Mantis, first of all, we'll need to go to the syringe, use the syringe, then we're going to shoot the Mantis doll with the shotgun attachment of the M4. Close the distance when Mantis flies away, and continue shooting the Mantis doll. It's important to remember to keep reloading your shotgun after every impact on the doll, as the reloading of the shotgun shells is kind of lengthy if you use all your ammo and you don't reload, so it's a good practice after every hit on the doll you just reload your shotgun. So again, I'm going to close the distance to Mantis and shoot the doll. Be careful not to shoot Meryl. She can take a few hits, but if she dies, you will get a game over. So once you get the doll away from Mantis, it'll fall over. Make sure you track where it lands. As soon as it lands, pick it up. Now, although you have the Mantis doll in your inventory, you cannot use it against Mantis until you've actually picked it up off the ground. So yes, you do have the Mantis doll to start the fight, but you cannot use it until you have picked it up. So now Mantis will fly around and aim to knock the Mantis doll away from your possession. She'll teleport onto you and do a melee attack, so I usually just move until she stops moving. So there it is, she tries to attack me. I'm going to shoot this, and I'm missing. It's fine, and that one impacted her. So you can use the dual shock controller to move it around to end the fight. If you do not have a DualShock 3 controller, use the right analog stick, and if you use the right analog stick and move it around, that will also end the fight. For the beauty phase, just go on the ground, press triangle to roll on your back. She will do that also. Take out your M4. We're going to use the shotgun attachment as well. So aim and just shoot it twice, and that's the fight. So here we're going to attach the chaff grenade and just run forward. There's nothing to do in this area, so I will just skip it to the next one. And here you're gonna have to use a chaff grenade, so go ahead and use it. You can get away with just using one chaff grenade, but I like to use just one more chaff grenade just to make sure that these dwarf geckos don't bother me until the end. So nothing else to it. Throw 2 chaff grenades and run to the end. Okay, here, nothing to do. Just hold up. Just try to keep Snake straight. And then when he collapses and it tells you to mash triangle, again, smash triangle. Try to keep Snake straight. You don't even have to mash all that fast. You can keep at like a steady pace. If you've ever played MGS2 or MGS Peace Walker or MGS1, and if you remember the torture in the higher difficulties, it's nowhere near that. So you can be very lenient on the mashing. I'll just skip through to the end. Just note that this is the last area you can save. So if you want to practice the final boss fight, I suggest you make a save right here, because you cannot save after this point. Okay, so I'm not the best player at the Ocelot fight, but I'll try my best to explain it. So it's made up of 3 different phases. You have the MGS1 phase, the MGS2 phase, and the MGS3 phase. Those are the main ones. Now you can loop Ocelot, but it gets more and more difficult as you go up the phases. Phase 1's really easy. Phase 2, you can loop him, and then phase 3 you can also, but 2 and 3 are just so much more difficult than 1. So let's focus on phase 1. So the basic controls of here is the main ones you want to use is guard, punch with R1, strong punch. You hold L1 and press R1 at the same time. The dash is very useful as well. So those are going to be the main ones that you're going to use. So in phase 1, you're going to attempt the 2-punch loop. And with that, what I like to do is I like to guard until I have an opening to Ocelot. Once he punches me, then I'll counter and start the loop. So I dash forward, guard. Okay, there's my opening. And you're just doing a 2-punch loop. If he gets away from you, just stick with it. If he dashes away, he will dash right back. So if he ends up dashing away from you, just wait for him. I'm trying to talk and do this fight at the same time, so my rhythm isn't there. And that's it. That's the end of phase 1. Now phase 2 is where it becomes much more difficult. So the beginning is always going to start out the same. He's going to just stand there and block. So what you're going to do is dash forward, do a strong punch into a combo. So again, you can loop him. I highly suggest watching other runs on the leaderboards, how other runners do this Ocelot fight, because this is one of the fights that's I'm just not that great at. So anyway, so the beginning of this fight, I dash forward towards him, I break his guard with a strong punch, and then I give him a combo. The biggest, now you're never in fear of dying in this run because in Liquid Easy you have so much health, but the biggest attack you want to watch out for is this haymaker he throws. He winds back and does this punch that covers a good amount of distance. It will knock you back to the ground, and that's going to take a little bit of time to get back up and start the fight again, so watch for that. And he usually does that punch when you're a little away from him, when you're not right up next to him, but you give him a little bit of distance. He'll try to close that distance with a haymaker. What I like to do is sidestep the haymaker and counter with my own. So if I'm right around here, let's see if you can throw the haymaker. Come on. Like that. And then I just counter with my own attacks. So again, I'm just gonna bait. So again, guarding and punching is your friend, as well as the dash. If he could, there it is, he went for the haymaker again. I just dodge it. Again, sidestep. You can't time it if he gets up, maybe throw a strong punch in there. I did it too early. You get this animation if you punch each other at the same time. And if you do it, once you do enough damage, it'll go to phase 3. Now phase 3, Ocelot likes to get really close to you and CQC you. So what I like to do is, first of all, at the beginning of the fight, it's going to start the same way as phase 2, just dash forward or walk forward, strong punch into a combo. Now what I like to do here is I like to punch him a little bit. Now what I like to do in phase 3 is start my combo a little bit earlier than normal, because if you get too close to him, he will counter and CQC you, which again, you're never in danger of dying since you lose health so slowly. But it can pile up. The time can pile up on you. So what I like to do is keep my distance, start my combo just a little early, and then always press triangle to headbutt him. I'm just going to headbutt him over and over again. Let's see if I can do it here. Like that. And just keep doing this over and over. Just hit him with some punches and headbutt. Now this is going to be a fight where you're going to have to practice a lot to get the controls down, to the movement down, get his attack patterns down. So I could make like a 1-hour video just on this fight only. and it still won't be enough. So this is one of those fights where you're just gonna have to practice. The more and more you do it, the better you're going to get a handle of it. So let me try to do it again. See, this is where I got too close to him and I wasn't punching him, so you just CQC'd me. Again, I'm going to start my combo a little early and then just keep pressing triangle. And we punched each other at the same time. You get this animation. There it is, the headbutt. Let him recover, go back in, and then once you do enough damage, that's the end of this phase. So you're pretty much done. You still have to punch him a few more times. You can't just put your controller down just yet. So start holding this left stick to the right and move forward. And as soon as Snake touches the line on the ground, see that line he's creeping up towards, as soon as he touches it, punch. And then you're going to time it, or just mash R1, whatever you want to do, to just keep punching him like so. Now it's still not done. You still need to punch him more, so let him get back up. You know it's over once you punch him and it goes in slow motion. Not like this, but it'll show an up close a lot. You'll see spit flying from his mouth. So again, this is the MGS4 guide. One thing I will say before I sign off is this is still a very unoptimized category and just a game overall. Just because there aren't enough runners, there aren't enough eyeballs in this game. I'm sure there are a lot of time saves throughout this game, no matter the difficulty, no matter the category. So I'm hoping this gets you off to a rough start, and then you could make some even better strats and come up with faster times. So thanks for watching. This has been the New Game Plus Liquid Easy guide, and let me know your feedback. Thanks.